It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. I wanna release my job, it's okay. Even though I ain't been asleep in 4 days. Young man learning to fish, it's no days to a light except the first and the 15th. Self-invested, I came from home infested. My confession, that's why I count my blessings. I've been flexing, cause I ain't had a muscle, had to grind, had to hustle. Now they got me in my duffel, used to pray for this. I was made for this, consummate, professional, jaded kiss. I made the flip, it better my relationship. And now them broke days looking like some ancient shit. That's why I go so hard with the daily content. Each one teach one, that's my mindset. Doing what it take to break away from the toxins, revealing my process. I'm sharing my progress. Negativity can't break my soul. Been rapping since 8 years old. The legend is told. It's somebody that you seen had to take this road. I showed up for the money, but the bank was closed. We done had a crib foreclosed. Mom's lost it all. Young Jay had to go and pick up the ball. Walked in the lane, Billy had to curry the score. 2022, check the numbers up on the board. Placement after placement, it's amazing. Came from home invasion, my location. Formed a reputation, had to face it. We up against inflation, still I'm patient. Gotta get more, yeah, it's time to explore. Putting ducks in a row like it's Connect for the folks I rep for. Surviving street wars, I opened up doors from about a whole floor. Ooh, Sierra, how I leveled up. I don't see error, I see the fact that I ain't done enough. Waking up at 5 a.m. more than how I'm coming up. Dog, I used to be at work way before the sun was up. Fuck yeah! What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there. In this particular video, we're going to be talking about Beyonce and her appearance at the Grammys last night. Of course, we're going to be talking about her finally winning album of the year. We're also going to be talking about her winning country music album of the year, which was a surprise, clearly a surprise, not only to the people at the show, but Beyonce herself, because she was visibly shaken up. She said, whoa, hold on. Blue Ivy had to say, Ma, get your ass up and go get that motherfucking award. You better go, better bring home that bacon. That's a beautiful thing, how your seed standing up there giving you the courage to get your ass on. You better bring that shit home for the home front. Fuck is you doing? Oh man, so big congratulations to Beyonce. She's been fighting for years to finally get the Album of the Year award. Just moments after their family even showed up, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Blue Ivy, the country music album of the year thing was announced. So, and then it was announced by Taylor Swift. A lot of people have been trying to pit them against each other. Of course, it was a big deal last year. Jay-Z got up on stage and pretty much admonished and chastised the Grammys for the fact that Beyonce had never won it, despite all of the, critically acclaimed cult classic albums that she's dropped throughout the duration of her career, and basically put the room on notice. So a lot of people from that moment forward, they're like, shit, they're not gonna go another year without giving it to her. I mean, it's the only pop music award, only major award out of the big four, I believe, that she hadn't won. And it seemed like she wasn't all that confident about finally getting. So let's go through it. As we all know, the Cowboy Carter saga began last year during the Super Bowl, when she released 16 Carriages in Texas Hold'em. And from the jump, she was met with mixed reviews. Some people liked it, some people didn't. She started receiving pushback from the country music community. There was literal country music radio stations out there that said, we're not finna play this. And it created widespread conversation. Even some of Beyonce's most devout fans came out and said, as much as I love B, this one ain't it for me. And I think it pretty much was it took a whole year for people to kind of catch up. She had came to submitting her music at numerous country music awards, which is, the genre that the album was submitted as, even though she says it wasn't necessarily a country album. It was a Beyonce album inspired by country music and the different genres within that branch. But at the core, we knew what it was. It was very clear what it was. The imagery showed us what it was. Her her ensemble, the way that she dressed during this era, we know what the fuck it was meant to be. We heard the music with our 2 ears. We knew what it was supposed to be. We saw the collaborators on the album. She worked with the black country music artists that have been working for years, giving an ode to Linda Martell. She had Dolly Parton on there. She had all of these different things going on, right? Like, we knew what it was. We knew what the moment was. We knew that this was an educational moment to show how black people have been involved in the construction of this as a genre from the jump and have never been fully given the credit, the love, the adulation, the adoration, the awards, and all of those things, right? So her even coming to the table to make this project, we know that it was a bigger mission at hand, whether or not it won. But of course, finally getting that dub meant a lot. You get what I'm saying? And the fact that she couldn't get any love from the actual country music community, but to then win country album of the year in front of those people, with them watching it on the TV, with them, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm quite sure they probably were like, we ain't got to give it to her anyway, because they just gonna give it to her at the Grammys. So maybe there was a little bit of pushback on that as well. But again, ultimate, I wouldn't say fuck you, because I think she does have a lot of respect for the foundation, or the current foundation as it stands over there, and the infrastructure that's set, although she chose not to fully participate. I think she has a lot of respect for it. And it's like, yo, I didn't need y'all. I didn't need y'all to co-sign it. I still accomplished what I set out for, right? So again, major salute for that. Interestingly enough, I don't think a lot of people really fully understood what she was doing and to what degree she was doing it until that Christmas game for the NFL, where she actually got up there and performed the music live. You know, I think a lot of people heard the music, they translated it and interpreted it one way, heard one thing. But when she got on that motherfucking stage and she got to utilize that NFL arena stadium and come from the back and, you know, have all of this space at her disposal and go through her music and have all the dancers and have all the extra, you know, the eye candy, the ear candy, everything that went into it, plus having crowd reaction involved. I think a lot of people was like, aha. Motherfuckers went back to that damn album, pressed play on that bitch, and that shit started hitting a little bit different. You feel me? But I told y'all from the jump, I fucked with it. I thought it was cool. I thought it was dope. You know, did I think it was my favorite Beyonce album? Was it my favorite collection of Beyonce music? No, but it was damn good. I don't see how you could really listen to it and be like, this isn't good music. You know, but that's just my personal opinion, and everybody's entitled to theirs, especially when it comes to something subjective as what's entering into your, you know, your ear canals, right? But cool. So now let's get into Beyonce's actual acceptance speeches. As I told y'all on the Kendrick Lamar video, the Grammys and the Recording Academy have their actual videos copyrighted, so playing them is not going to be all that simple. So not going to have the visual, but I will play the audio of Beyonce accepting her awards, and then we'll go from there. Okay, give me a second. I'll pull them up, and then we'll move on with the show. So here's the audio for Country Album of the Year.
Wow, I really was not expecting this. Wow. I want to thank God. Oh my God. That I'm able to still do what I love after so many years. Oh my God. I'd like to thank all of the incredible country artists that accepted this album. We worked so hard on it. I think sometimes genre is a cold word to keep us in our place as artists. And I just want to encourage people to do what they're passionate about. And to stay persistent. Wow. I'd like to thank my beautiful family, all of the artists that were Collaborators, thank you. This wouldn't have been this album without you. I'd like to thank God again and my fans, and I still am in shock. So thank you so much for this honor.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I was laughing like a motherfucker when I saw her like trying to wrap up the speech, and she was like, "Thank you," and she kind of like scooted away from the mic, like she like, "Man, let me get the fuck up out of here, baby. I got it." Shit, she was very visibly shook up. Like, whoa, hold on, fam. Not I got country album of the year after all that bullshit y'all put me through after y'all tried to play with me. She said she feel like genre is sometimes used as code words to keep people in their place. Well, who you think they're keeping in their place? You know what I'm saying? Because from what we've seen, there's various white artists that have been able to go out there and do whatever genre of music they want. From back in the 90s hip hop, we have motherfucking white motherfuckers doing reggae and you know what I'm saying? Whatever that shit was, even Jim Carrey made fun of that motherfucker. You know, they come in, they rap, they do R&B, they do Blue Eyed Soul, you know, and salute to the talented people that could come in and, you know, actually pull it off. But yeah, it's a wide open door. But when we decide we want to do country, when Shabuzi decide he want to go do country, they'll let him go entertain them, but they'll still give him no hardware to go home with. You get what I'm saying? It damn near took for a Beyonce to even work with some of the young ladies that are coming up busting their ass in the country music scene for them to even get the proper light put on them. You know what I'm saying? Like the Tana Radells, right? Like her goal was to work with Beyonce, and that shit got manifested like an instant manifesto. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, she done got a deal. She with Love Renaissance, I believe. Like, still waiting to see like what that's gonna actually manifest into. As she's with a primarily R&B label, doing a mashup of like R&B country. So hopefully that actually turns out to be a beautiful thing for her. What is it? Rhiannon Giddens, like, yeah, we still need more of that support. We still need folks to rally behind them. Just because Beyonce made it this far, the album's been out, you know, it's award time, and the spotlight is probably going to move away from the Cowboy Carter album a little bit as she maneuvers into the tour, and then other things happen for the new year. Those artists are still going to need support. They're still going to need love. They're going to still need people to buy tickets and, you know, continue what was brought to its head with Beyonce. So once again, also give a shout out to Brittany Spencer, Tierra Kennedy, Raina Roberts. You know what I'm saying? They all played their role in there. It's not like she pulled them out like a rabbit out the hat type of thing. They had to be doing work. They had to be doing great things individually for her to even want them to be a part of it. So again, just make sure y'all keep extending that love over there, because they're going to need it as they continue to navigate their ways through the industry. Okay. Now let's get to Beyonce's speech for the overall album of the year, not just country, but all genres.
I'd like to thank and acknowledge and praise all of the firefighters for keeping us safe. I just feel very full and very honored. It's been many, many years. And I just want to thank the Grammys, every songwriter, every collaborator, every producer, all of the hard work. I want to dedicate this to Miss Martell. I hope we just keep pushing forward, opening doors. God bless y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. So that's Beyonce with her acceptance speech for album of the year. For those of y'all that were tuned in, we saw you know, Billie Eilish. She was definitely teary-eyed. She was in the category as well. Some people feel like she possibly should have gotten it. You know, Billie Eilish is young. She'll be around for many more years. I'm sure she'll make many more great albums that'll be up for album of the year. She's one of the favorites in the industry. So I think sometimes there's also the whole timing conversation, right? You gotta sometimes deal with, and that's for everybody. I feel like Beyonce had to sit through other people's times as well, right? For times when she may have deserved it. And I'm not saying that Billie Eilish deserved it. I'm saying that for those who believe or feel that way, um, there's other artists that have had to sit their turn out, wait, and keep beating the pavement, keep doing their thing, and eventually the pendulum will swing in their direction, such as a Beyonce, right? So nothing is etched in stone. It's never got your name written on it. As much as we praise Kendrick, we know Macklemore got fucking rap album of the year when Good Kid, Mad City should have done it. You know what I'm saying? So it happens. Sometimes it happens to an interesting degree where it looks a certain way. Artists and executives in the industry come out, they speak, they say their piece, they let their feelings be known. It happens. But at the end of the day, we're gonna salute Beyonce. And coming off of the show, coming off of the Grammys that she won, we also have the Cowboy Carter tour announcement. So let's get into that. Wait, before we get into that, let me pull up this interview she did after the show, and then we're gonna get into the Cowboy Carter tour itinerary.
You know how we waited for this moment. We waited for. I am so good. Congratulations. This is a moment, I think, that you see people clapping in the media room. You saw the reaction out there. What does this mean to you?
It's very surreal, and it's been 25 years of just working really hard and trying my best to keep growing and keep opening up doors. So I'm just very honored, very honored.
Congratulations. And take this
Happy
as
that
well.
my daughter got to see that.
You know, it was great that she was there with you and you took her up on stage. She's so grown, though, now. She is so grown.
Taller than me, I don't like it at all.
That's me. I mean,
So happy that she was here, and Rumi, who's on the album, my youngest daughter, she was watching. I forgot to thank her, so I get to thank her now. Thank you, Rumi.
it's money like Rhiannon Giddens and other folks who you hear them talk about. I saw her cry on CBS talking about the opportunity, that banjo lick and how it changed everything. How important was that?
Well, the banjo has a deep history, and I just feel honored to reintroduce some of that history that I think has been lost, and very, very honored that I got the response and the open heart, and people welcomed the album. The love I got from the country community tonight really made me feel so seen, and I'm very grateful. They continue to open up the world for people that just love and respect the genre, no matter where they come from. Everybody should be invited.
So here we are on Live Nation with Beyonce announcing details for Cowboy Carter tour. Okay, this is the photo, the image for the tour, and Beehive pre-sale begins Tuesday, February 11th at 12 p.m. local. Artist pre-sale begins Thursday, February 13th. And additional pre-sales for City Card members, Verizon Access, MasterCard offered ahead of General on sale. General on sale begins on Friday, February 14th. That will be, of course, Valentine's Day on Beyonce.com. Here's the description of what's going down, okay? So they say cultural icon Beyonce will return to stages across the U.S. and Europe from April through July for the Cowboy Carter tour. It seems like a short time for Beyonce. I think there's going to be some more attached to it, unless we just going to go right into Act 3. You know, like, hey, I'm going to give y'all a little something. We're going to go to Act 3. We're going to keep this thing moving. I don't know, but we'll see. Celebrating the release of her groundbreaking 8th studio album, Cowboy Carter, produced and directed by Parkwood Entertainment and promoted by Live Nation. The tour includes notable 4-night runs at Los Angeles SoFi Stadium, London's Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and East Rutherford's MetLife Stadium, along with 2 nights in Chicago, Paris, Houston, Washington, and Atlanta. The 22-date tour will begin in the U.S. from April through May, then cross the Atlantic to London and Paris, okay? Now, what I find interesting is these 4-night runs and things of that nature, because if y'all haven't noticed, the music industry is, especially for the really big acts, kind of moving to a space of residency type events, and not like the Vegas residency. Like we saw Usher do that. But if you look at what Adele did, when you look at even Jack Harlow, he did like a Louisville tour of all the major cities in Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Just straight touring in pockets. Cowboy Carter here. She's doing 4 nights in LA, 4 in London, 4 in East Rutherford is MetLife Stadium, my bad. So I find it interesting that she's doing more shows, but in one spot rather than going to 30, 40 cities. I'll keep going. Cowboy Carter tour then returns to Beyonce's hometown of Houston in late May before concluding in my town, Atlanta, mid-July. Full ticketing and routing information is available below. Cowboy Carter has made a monumental impact on music, reinterpreting elements of country, rock and roll, folk, rhythm and blues, pop, psychedelic soul, and bluegrass genres into the second album of her 3-part trilogy, weaving in radio broadcasts from the fictional KNTRY Radio Texas. Country legends Dolly Parton, Linda Martell, and Willie Nelson were featured as disc jockeys and collaborators across several tracks. The album debuted at number 1 on several charts, including the Billboard 200 and the Top Country Albums chart, making Beyonce the first Black woman to achieve this milestone. Last evening at the 67th Grammy Awards, Cowboy Carter won 3 Grammys, including Album of the Year, Best Country Album, and Best Country Duo Group Performance, and earned 11 Grammy nominations this year, making Beyonce the most nominated and most awarded artist in Grammy history with a grand total of 99 nominations and 35 wins. Gee, damn! Cowboy Carter Tour brings the award-winning album to life for the first time in a full concert setting following the explosive live halftime performance of Beyonce Bowl during Netflix's first ever NFL 2024 Christmas game day at Energy Stadium in Houston, Texas. The halftime performance drew a U.S. viewership of over 27 million viewers. Ticket details. We already have gone through some of this pre-sale talk, right? You had the Beehive pre-sale from February 11th. Through the 12th, and then you have the artist pre-sale, of course, that goes now through February 6th for US and UK shows, and then you got to go to another website for the Paris. Okay, we get it. Here they get into, I guess, hospitality, sponsors and partners and stuff like that. You got travel packages here. We're not going to go through all of this stuff, but here you go. Okay. April 28th, LA. May 1st, LA. May 4th, LA. May 7th, LA, all at SoFi Stadium. Chicago, Soldier Field, May 15th and 17th. East Rutherford, New Jersey, MetLife Stadium. That's going to be May 22nd, May 24th, May 25th. Okay. And the 28th. June 5th, 7th, 10th, and 12th, you're going to be in London, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. June 19th and 21st, Paris, Stade de France. You got the June 28th and 29th back in Houston. July 4th, oh, that's going to be a big one. July 4th, Independence Day in Washington, DCCCC. That's going to be crazy. So she's going to be out there on the 4th and the 7th. And then, of course, July 10th and 11th, going to be out here in the A at Mercedes-Benz. Okay? So this is going to be a pretty dope tour. I can't wait to see it. I don't know if I'm going to get tickets, but I think it's going to be super crazy. I can't wait to see the footage, see how some of this stuff starts rolling out, see kind of visuals we eventually end up getting. I'm really excited to see where Act 3 is going to take us as well. But yeah, that's where we stand, y'all. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments of Beyonce finally getting that album of the year, taking country album of the year, launching the Cowboy Carter tour. What y'all think of, the way that they're breaking up the tour, doing the 22 dates in just a few locations rather than, spreading her out like super thin, going from city to city, state to state, which of course people don't understand how much toll that takes on artists. It's a lot that goes into that. Beyonce, of course, only tours when her kids are able to, family is able to like travel with her. Not to mention she already had the Renaissance tour, which was like the big deal. I don't think she wants to like wear herself too thin. So this is going to be like, keep it cool. I can stop here. It's going to give me time to rest, eat properly, and really go out and give my best at these places rather than trying to cover too much ground and perhaps have hiccups along the way. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the amount of dedication that she puts into everything. There's a lot going on with her family. As we know, her husband, Jay-Z, is going through a lot right now. I can only imagine how things are, behind closed doors with them dealing with this thing. Seems that people in the entertainment industry, everybody at the Grammys was very receptive to Jay despite all of the craziness that's surrounding his name. Same thing as with that Lion King premiere and all that stuff. It looks like people in the industry, they pretty much know that this case is a load of horse shit. We're not really going to talk about that right now in this video, but it is very interesting to see how they're navigating this thing and still trying to push forward and, live as relatively normal as possible, despite the wild allegations that have been put on Jay. But again, let me know what y'all think of all of this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. All right. Much love and respect, out. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming, I swinging like Soldier Rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden, they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.